Welcome back to A Slice of News, where I cut you off a slice of news. So, dear leader has gone full megalomaniacal and said that he has absolute power as President of the United States to deploy the National Guard wherever he wants. He has unchecked and absolute power, which of course is complete nonsense because the president does not have absolute power to do something like that. No president has, and certainly he is no exception, just because he has the delusion, and many of his followers have that same delusion that he is a god king, that his unrestricted power in his office. He does not. He is limited in his powers. It feels like the checks and balances that are supposed to keep the executive wing of the government in check are not functioning and have not for some time, because many, both in the judicial and legislative branches, basically bow to him and let him do whatever he wants, that he has believed that he has absolute power in this one aspect of his job, but he doesn't, obviously. And unsurprisingly, Pritzker is calling him out in the most direct manner as he can, because I know that our leader needs things to be short and direct so he can understand. He said, "No, Donald, you do not have that absolute power," because, of course, he doesn't. But it does speak to a larger issue, which is that we're at a point where we have a president who believes he has absolute power in this particular setting, which I would have to assume means he also believes he has absolute and unchecked power in other aspects, and just we have not yet seen him pull that out just yet, and I'm sure it's a matter of time before he does something else and says, as the President of the United States, I have absolute power to do whatever I want. We really need to rein this guy in. It's at a point where it's almost worrying that he would feel comfortable saying that he can do whatever he wants with the National Guard. Whether or not it's true is almost secondary. The point is that he believes it, or he says he believes it. I do think he actually does think that. I think that we've seen time and time again he has a tenuous grasp on not only what the presidency actually grants the person in the chair, but believes that he is special and more powerful than any other president ever, because I don't know, because he thinks his ego has convinced him that he is extra special president with extra special powers, and many of his followers seem to stroke that ego and say, yes, of course, Donald, you can do whatever you want. You are the king of America. So we really need to do something about this, because it's setting a very troubling precedent. Because if he believes himself to have absolute and unchecked authority to deploy armed military personnel into the city of people he does not like, he's not going to say it, but, this is not the end. This is only the beginning. Once he takes Washington, D.C., once he takes Chicago, it will just be the next Democrat-held city. I don't know, maybe Los Angeles. They'll send the National Guard back there and not deal with wildfires. It's not a good look. And what's worse is that going forward, it's something that we're going to really have to disentangle ourselves from, because whoever comes after him, and there will be someone else. I mean, as much as he's posturing and positioning himself as a dictator for life, like his favorite strongman, he's not. He will be removed in some manner. And there will be other presidents. And this is not something we want to see set as normal. That a president can just send the military into opposition cities at his own whim because he wants to look strong and powerful and like he's doing good things and saving the populace from the crime, because he's not. He's incredibly ineffectual. The things he says he's going to do, he doesn't do. The things he does are pointless and useless and functionless. But he loves to posture like he is a great leader, doing great things, when he is neither of those things. Is it time to invoke the 25th Amendment and actually force him to step down? I think that may be a bit presumptuous, maybe a little extreme at this point, but as much as those on the right insisted that they do that to remove Biden from office because he was, in their eyes, a senile old man who wasn't fit to lead. I mean, I think if anything, we have a dangerously deluded old man as the president now. So if they felt it applied then, it certainly would apply now. But I think that may be a bit extreme. As tempting as it would be, especially because if somehow they did do that, we would end up with President J.D. Vance, which I don't think anyone, including J.D. Vance, would want, because he would be absolutely awful in his own special, unique ways. So I think it's certainly something we should see as a sign of something concerning, that Donald Trump thinks he can publicly announce he has absolute authority over the National Guard. He can deploy them wherever he feels like it at any time because he has absolute power. No president has absolute power in any aspect of his job. That's kind of the point of the way we set up our government, that no one branch has absolute control. There's checks and balances. We all learned this in middle school civics class. We learned about the three branches of government and how they balance each other. And not having that is both concerning and dangerous. And a president who thinks he has absolute authority to deploy military is concerning and dangerous. So we'll see where this goes. And that'll be your slice of news for this episode. I've been your host, Mr. Slice, and until next time, when I cut you off another slice of news.